From Hillsboro, the safest town in Jefferson County, is Jeffco Tonight.
Hi, I'm Aaron Feely for Jeffco Tonight, and the fall play is coming up October 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, the 9th at 10 a.m., 10th and 11th at 8 p.m., and the 12th at 2 p.m. I'm here with one of the fall's lead actresses, Whitney Wolcott, who will be playing Cherie in this year's production. Can you give us a little background information about the production this year?
The play is set in a diner, like about 30 miles from Kansas City. It's in Kansas, and it's a little country diner, and it's based in the 50s, so.
Alrighty. And your character, Cherie, what importance does she have in the story without giving too much away?
Okay, she adds a sort of contrast to the play because you get in the story, there's a lot of examples of innocence and somebody who's been experienced in the ways of the world, I guess you could say. And she plays a big contrast to another character named Elma, who's a very book smart, naive teenager, but we're both the same age, so I'm about 20 and she's 19. And I am not book smart at all. I dropped out of school when I was very young, and I have been more experienced in the ways of the world my character has, so she adds that, I guess, she just adds contrast, so.
Alrighty. Now, making this production, has this been mostly work for you, or has this been more fun, or has it been a fairly decent 50-50 split?
It's been a balance of both. You know, during practices we've had our little mess ups and things that are really funny because there's a lot of, I guess, there is a lot of action. I mean, my character is always kind of manhandled by Beau, and so there's a lot of things that I have to do, like standing on top of a table and stuff like that, that is kind of scary, and a couple of times we've had some close calls with that, so that was kind of funny, you know, those mess ups and stuff like that. But then, you know, of course, with having all of that action and all of that kind of interacting with each other in different ways, that is work, because you have to remember exactly what you're doing. And my character, I think this time around has a little bit more lines than I've had before, but I mean, you know, it's what I do, so.
It's a dangerous world, that acting. Can you tell me, if not your own character, you can't say Cherie here, who is your favorite character in this play?
I think my favorite character would have to be the professor, and just because the guy who plays it, he plays it so well, and the professor is a sort of old, he's a former professor, so he isn't really teaching anymore, but he's sort of this old, washed up type of character. He's constantly drinking throughout the play, and he just makes comments here and there that you're like, oh my gosh. So he's really kind of interesting character, so.
Speaking of interesting characters, can you describe just a little bit the relationship between Cherie and Beau, who you described earlier as getting to throw you around a little bit while you practice?
Well, like I said before, my character is more experienced in the ways of the world, and without giving too much away, Beau, obviously having been raised on a ranch and has a place of his own, hasn't really been exposed around the world of women too much, so he doesn't know how to handle his feelings for her, and he just comes off as mean and kind of at what one character describes him as bullheaded, so yes.
Have you by any chance seen the 1956 film by the same name?
I've seen a little bit of it, snippets here and there, so.
So have you drawn any inspiration from Marilyn Monroe's portrayal of the character?
Yes and no. Partly because I want to make Cherie's character my own, and partly because, and yes, because there are parts in the play where Cherie's kind of whiny and stuff like that, and I think, you know, getting to see an example of how that's played, that's good. So, yes and no.
So you're perfecting the Marilyn Monroe whine, are you?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but
Are you getting there?
sure.
Okay. How many Jeffco productions have you personally been in?
I believe it's 4 now. Yeah.
4? Alrighty. And how many years have you been involved with acting?
I've been doing it since I was real little, just because my mom was involved with it, but for me, I seriously got into acting since I was a freshman in high school. So.
And what about this particular play is both similar to other stuff you've done, but what about this can be described as different than anything you've ever done before?
I think what's mostly different for me is the character I'm playing. I've never played a character like her, like Cherie, before, so that's really fun for me. But I guess what's the same is the sort of drama that's in there, and the little things here and there that kind of just make you go, huh, that's funny, you know, stuff like that. Little comic relief. So.
Who doesn't love a little comic relief? Can you go into a little bit more detail about what makes Cherie different than anyone you've ever played before?
Well, to put it bluntly, I've never played a sort of character who's kind of floozy in a way. I mean, she's experienced in the ways of the world, and she's a nightclub singer. And she even says in the play, like, being a nightclub singer, you get to experience a lot of things that you wouldn't normally experience, you know, with men and some sorts like that. And yep, it's just different. And actually, what's obviously different is that I will be going blonde for this role. So, yeah, I never had to change my hair before.
So there was your inspiration from Marilyn. Excellent. And Bus Stop, being obviously a play that derives from the 50s, was written in 1955. What about it will translate, entertain, and appeal a more modern audience?
Well, I think the rawness of it all, because, you know, there's love in there. I mean, in the beginning, there's unrequited love, you know, and then there's innocence, you know, somebody who doesn't know so much about the world, but yet knows all these different, you know, information about the world, but doesn't know personally. And, you know, that's about it, you know.
Alrighty.
You can just, yeah, see for yourself.
Okay. Well, you also can see for yourself. The plays will be October 9th at 10 a.m., the 10th and 11th at 8 p.m., and October 12th at 2 p.m. Tickets for students will be $2. Am I going to be getting free tickets? No? No, you can't get free tickets, my bad. And you can get more information on the Jeffco website. Thank you. I'm Aaron Feely for Jeffco Tonight.
Hello and welcome to this segment of Jeffco Tonight. I'm your host, Tim Fisher, and tonight we will get to discover the activities the Student Senate has in store for us here at Jefferson College. With me here is Student President William Roman. And for a fun reference, some of you might remember we had him here for the last interview earlier this spring when he was running for president for the student elections we had. So you see how that turned out. Congratulations.
Thank
Okay, first off, like, how would you describe the election run, and as well as being finally being the president of the Student Senate?
It was nice. I mean, we got the students engaged in the elections. We had a nice turnout in votes.
Was it like a majority voting for you, like almost everyone but one guy, or was it like?
No. I was running against a good competitor, and it was a close election.
That's good. That's good. Like, also, you kind of mentioned us some of the goals you had last time. So can you for some of the people here who probably don't know, could you refresh us on some of those goals you had in mind when you were running for president?
My main goal is to get the students involved, get them engaged in their education, because if you can do that, they'll be successful.
Right.
That's my whole mission.
It's a good mission. Very good mission. And do you think that you'll be able to fulfill some of those, at least half of them, during your term?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're already well on the way.
nice. That's a pretty good deal you got there. And as mentioned before, like I said earlier, there are some planned activities made by the Student Senate that we have been made aware of. And since you're president, most of those activities would come from you, or would that mostly be like the vice president stuff?
Ideas come from everywhere. It's about the planning of them, the organizing of the people to get the work done, and then the execution.
Right.
We had a great turnout for our Purple Day that we threw in support of Alzheimer's.
Purple
we put
Day.
on a,
Oh, that was the Old Timers Walk that happened in Festus, right?
yes.
Ah.
But we threw a talent show to raise some money. We raised $835 in 4 hours.
Wow.
And then later on, we actually went to the walk and donated that money.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. Wow. Congrats on that. Yeah. And anyways, these activities, again, you guys said that you always have these planned activities for this semester and maybe even for the next. For instance, we have students outside, probably right now, dressing up and running around like undead zombies. I mean, as terrifying as that may sound, it looks like it's pretty fun. Can you care to explain some of these? Can you explain some of these activities that you have planned out?
Well, as far as the zombies go, that's an Active Minds event, and I'm public relations officer for them as well. So I can tell you that the basic concept of it is to prepare our students for any disaster that happens in their life. And the zombie part is just for fun.
Oh.
But we give them kits that show them resources that they can go to in any crisis.
Oh, so it's like a prepare for disaster sort of thing?
Exactly.
Oh.
It's kind of like
So it's
getting
not-
that case of water tucked away in case, your water goes out.
Oh, so, and you do that, guys, in that form of the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
They gave away a scholarship last year for the person who could write an essay who had the best plan for any disaster.
Wow. Was it 1,000 words, or could it just be as simple as?
I don't know the details.
Oh. Because I'm gonna say, I think I actually heard about that essay. I wanted to do it, but things got a little complicated with schoolwork, so I was like,
They always do. They always do.
Yeah, but I would have done it. I mean, that's interesting. I kind of wish I remembered the rules, because if they were able to do that again, that'd be amazing.
They probably will. Wait 2 weeks.
Good deal. I can do that. Plenty of time.
Unless the zombies come.
Oh. Well, in that case, I'm going to have to go home and board up my whole house and be like, yep, I'm going to have to wait this out. Goodbye, scholarship. Goodbye, Jeffco. Probably goodbye, everyone. But, yeah. So, some of these activities, like you mentioned, they're for active minds and all, right? So, are some of these activities meant for specifically, you think, for example, the zombies were for disaster. Some of these activities you have in mind are planned for specific purposes, like the walk, Alzheimer's, zombies, diseases. Do you have any other stuff like domestic abuse or financial aid or?
Well, in the spring, we do the Take Back the Night event. and that's aimed for the domestic abuse or child abuse. Actually, at last year's Take Back the Night, I was one of the keynote speakers.
Oh, yeah.
Different clubs do different things. I mean, each club kind of has their own focus target, whereas the Senate targets the student body. You know, we're here to try and make your college experience better.
Alrighty. That's kind of nice. So basically, like Take Back the Night, that was a active minds thing. Student Senate would be like more oriented to like college educational career and all that, while active minds is more like a personal thing, or?
Well, we take part in those too. We like to support all of our clubs here on campus.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask, like, in what ways could this all have been helpful for some of the students here? But like, I mean, I guess you kind of answered that in a way, right?
Well, you'd be surprised how many students have suffered some form of abuse in their lifetime.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I don't have the numbers, but I'm quite sure it's high. Active Minds itself is in the fight right now to save the 1,100 college students who complete suicide every year.
You mean those flags? You mean that flag thing that happened out on the lawn earlier?
Yes.
This week? Oh, I mean last week.
Yes, we did a visual display to represent those 1,100 college students.
There was a lot of flags, I will say that.
It was.
I kind of noticed it when I was like, I noticed that you guys had clumped it in the middle, like in a certain area earlier. And then when I came back, like sometime after class, I noticed they were all over the field. Like, wow, these guys are fast workers.
We're dedicated because we believe in what we do.
That's a good reason. Also, out of curiosity, there have been flyers around the campus. Flyers, particularly in the cafeteria, about mention of a ball. Would you guys, can you care to explain all about that? Is that like something you guys started, the Student Senate, or was this something totally different?
No, this is a Senate event, but we've invited all the clubs to come participate. You know, all these clubs, they fundraise every year to try and raise money to do the things that they do individually. You know, like Psychology Club, they like to go to conferences and things like that. Well, all that costs money.
Right.
So we worked out a deal with Michelle in the cafe so that the clubs could all do a food event all at one time. And we organized a masquerade ball. So now all the clubs can come and sell food, and we can all have a good time, and we can all raise money for all of our causes all at the same time.
Oh, so this masquerade, did I say that right? Masquerade ball?
Masquerade ball, yeah.
Masquerade ball. So this masquerade ball, just to like a quick reference, this sounds like a really fancy name. So I can bet this is probably gonna be like a really fancy event.
Well, a lot of the girls are saying that yes, they're gonna grab their prom dresses and go buy fancy masks from Party City or someplace, but a lot of girls are saying they're gonna wear some jeans.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard a bunch of girls down in the cafeteria mention how it was all going to be, they were going to be like fancy and beautiful. And I did hear about the mask from one of them. It was something I was trying to figure out. So, and so it's kind of like the flyers, the pictures itself showing a woman wearing a mask. I was like, oh, it's going to be those type of parties. I
have no idea what you mean by those type of parties, Tim.
I don't know. I guess it was just the idea I was going off of. I mean, I can definitely say, I even told someone like, yeah, if I'm gonna have to go to this thing, I don't know if I'm gonna be wearing a suit because I don't really have one. The last suit I had was probably like in 2009 at prom, which was unfortunately the only prom I ever went to go to. But I don't know.
But there's several girls who say they're gonna go to Goodwill and buy a dress. I mean, so it's not really about what you wear. You know, it's about having a good time, supporting all the clubs and all the activities we do on campus.
Right.
You know, campus activities team actually on the 1st of October, 2 days before the ball, is going to set up in the cafeteria and allow you to decorate your own mask for free. So nobody has to go out and buy a mask because they'll be provided for you.
Nice. Does it all have to be like the same format mask, or like the all creative masks?
The masks are basic the same, but it's what you decorate them with. that makes them individual.
Okay, that's a good deal. I was also gonna say, so, and how much, like, do you have to go in for, is this like something you can like walk in for free on, or do you have to pay your way to get in?
No, it's a $5 cover charge. I mean, we have to pay a DJ and buy decorations. Certain costs have to be covered. But, you know, $5 is pretty cheap for the event that we're throwing.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, $5, I can totally cover that.
Well, I hope so, because I expect to see you there.
Well, don't worry. I might be there. I will be there.
I was going to say, might.
Yeah, I promise I'll be there. I'll be there just for your sake.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
And yeah, and when was this happening again?
October 3rd. It's a Friday night from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m.
October 3rd, 7 to what?
7 to 11.
7 to 11. Kind of like sounds like, kind of reminds me of a show, the time period, 7-11. Remember that?
No.
No.
Two different age brackets here. If I asked you if you remembered Leave It to Beaver, would you remember that?
Yes.
You probably would. What?
I mean, come on. I mean, that was, come on, man.
See, you got to talk classics then. I mean,
Hey, I mean, if we're gonna do that, I'll save that for another day. I'll save that for another day. I'll save that topic for another day. So, like, that was all good and all. Like, is there anything else you would like for any of the people or students that could be watching this program? Like, anything else you'd like to add to them? Add to this?
just find your local senator and pick up tickets for the ball. A few weeks after the ball, we've got Shocktober coming up. After Shocktober, we're going to have Adopt a Family. Yes, we adopt a family every Christmas. It's just we find a family that's in need of a decent Christmas, who's maybe fallen on hard times, and we give them a good Christmas. Which is another place where all the clubs get together and do these things for the community, which is why raising funds is so important.
Right. I was gonna say that Adopt a Family thing sounded vaguely familiar. Like, I think I've heard. I mean, I don't know if that was like deja vu or something. I feel like I've heard that before.
Well, we do that every year.
Oh.
The Masquerade Ball, this is our first year for something like that. Our Purple Day Talent Show, this was our first year for something like that. I wanted to bring bigger things
Right.
to our environment and to our college experiences than we've had before.
Is it gonna get bigger after like Masquerade Ball or?
It actually is. There's a carnival planned for the spring.
Really?
There really is. Well, not all the details are worked out yet, but it'll happen.
I'm definitely going to this carnival now. As long as it's like free food and all that, I'm totally on board with it.
What's with the free stuff? These
Hey,
clubs need money, Tim.
Everything is, it's just like everything is great free though. You can't.
Free tastes better?
Yes.
I will make sure there's at least one free thing there for Tim.
Yes.
As long as he sits in our dunk tank. I'm just saying, you got to earn your way.
Yeah, never mind. I'm just kidding. I'll go. Well, I think that's all we have time for today. I mean, thank you for being here, Will.
Hey, thank you for having me.
No problem. It's the least we could do. Plus, I've had you interviewed before, so it's like, yeah, good view. So yeah, that's all the time we have for the night. I hope you enjoyed this program. Take care.